Hey y'all, my name is MichaleMercedes and I am back with another video. Today, we're gonna be doing the famous passion twist look. This video is highly requested and I'm super excited because I finally figured out a way that I really love. Super easy, simple technique, easy hair to find. But I did wanna mention that I started this look about 3 weeks ago and I retouched them up a couple of times because I went to the beach and it got messy. But I wanted to let you guys know that because these twists don't necessarily look super fresh compared to the ones that I demonstrated. But I just wanted to let you guys know that. All right, so y'all already know before I start my technique process, I always show you guys the hair that I use. And the hair that I used is the Freetress braid, Bohemian braid 20-inch. And the color I got was 1B. All right, so with this hair, I bought about 8 packs to stay on the safe side. And I used about 6 packs, a little bit over, and that was because I had to do a lot of trial and error to figure out the technique. I used 4 pieces for each twist, and each pack comes with about 38 pieces. To achieve this look, I also used my Murray's Edgewax. You guys know this is a staple in my styles. It holds my hair together whenever I'm doing twists or braids. And then I also used my Shine and Jam. I use this for the root of my hair to slick it down and to secure my hair in place. I also used rubber bands to start off my twist, and then I also used a hook. All right, so now that we have got all of the materials that we need, let's get into the tutorial. All right, y'all, so to start off this technique, we're gonna use Shine and Jam, and this is what I use for pretty much all of my styles at the base of my roots to make sure it's slicked down. So you're gonna wanna take your section of hair, get some Shine and Jam, put a good amount at the root of the section of hair. You're gonna wanna take a rubber band so that you can secure it in place. And make sure that when you're doing this, you're not doing it too tight. So I wrap it around about 4 to 5 times, depending on how big my section of hair is. So once you have your section secure, sometimes I like tighten it up a little bit more if I feel like it's a little bit too loose. Okay, so now that you have this section of hair secure, you're gonna wanna get your 4 pieces of Bohemian braid hair. Okay, so each section looks like this, but you're gonna wanna get 4 of these to make one twist. And what I do is I just line them up together. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4. This is all 4 sections put together. And then what I do is I go to the middle of it and kind of bend it to where it's even on both sides. And then what I do after I gather them together, I just kind of put them to the side. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take my hook, slide it under my section of hair like this. Make sure that the hook is open. Okay, so then what I do is I take that section of hair that I placed to the side, the 4 sections, find the middle of it, gather it together, and place the middle of this within the hook. So you put where the fold is with your section, with your 4 sections of hair, and then you place it into the hook. So now what you're gonna do is you're gonna close the hook, slide this on through, find out where that section that you folded is, and then pull one of the sides out so that when you're pulling it out, and when you slide it out, it should look like this. Make sure that after you pull this through, that it's even still on both sides, so make sure you measure it. Then what I do here is I take this section of hair that's mine, I split it into 2, pair one of these sections with the hair, and then leave one section out. So it should look like this. So now what I do is I start a braid off. And I kind of just go about 2 to 3 times down, sometimes 4 when I'm braiding. And so now what I do is I take this other section of hair that's mine and I pair it with the other section that I didn't pair my hair with. So each section on both sides should be paired with your hair at this point. Now what I do is I take my Murray's Edgewax, apply it to both sections. So I put a little bit on this side, then I put a little bit on this side. In this way, it helps bind the hair together when you're about to twist it. So we're about to lead into a twist. Okay, so this is the hardest part about this style, is figuring out which way to twist. Sometimes I find myself having to take my twist out midway through my twist because I realize that it's not binding properly. So at that point, I kind of realized that I'm twisting the wrong way. But for the most part, I've been seeing that when I twist clockwise, it ends up working out for me. So you're gonna wanna twist. And as you're twisting down, you're gonna wanna continue adding more Murray's Edgewax. And I don't twist all the way down with the Murray's Edgewax. It's really until I get to where my hair ends with the braiding hair. And as I'm twisting down, periodically I'll add more Edgewax just because I get nervous about it unraveling. And right here it gets a little messy, but I like that look. If you want to clean it up, I would just be very careful about how you twist down. And if that doesn't work, then I would just kind of snip off where it looks messy at the end when you're done with the twist. And so this is the end of the twist, and it should look like this. All right, so we're gonna do this one more time. We're gonna take our section of hair, start it off with some Shine and Jam so that we can seal that root down. Okay, so now we're gonna take our rubber band to secure this section of hair in place. So once you get that in place, you're gonna set this off to the side. So now you're gonna get your 4 sections of your Bohemian braid hair and you're gonna align them together. Okay, so here's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Make sure that they're aligned together so that they're even. And then you're gonna find the middle of this whole section and fold it to where it's even on both sides. Then you're gonna set this to the side, get your hook, slide your hook under your section of hair. And then you're gonna wanna keep this hook open. So you're gonna wanna take this section of hair folded in half. This middle part is going to go inside of the hook. Then you're gonna wanna close the hook and then pull this section through under your twist. Now, you see where this part is still folded? You're gonna find that separation between both sides and then pull one of the sides through. So I'm gonna choose this side to pull through. So you're gonna wanna secure your finger right here to make sure that the other side doesn't come through, and just pull on one side so that it comes through. All right, so now you have hair on both sides, and then you're gonna wanna make sure that you pair it after to make sure that it's even on both sides. So here it's paired and it's even. So now what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your section of hair that's by itself, split it into 2. You're gonna wanna pair one of these sides with one of the sections of hair, and then leave the other side hanging in the middle. Now this is where you start your braid. So I'm gonna start off with this section, crossing over in the middle. And then I'm just gonna start off a braid. And I braid down about 4 to 5 times. And I braid down to where this section of hair that's mine by itself is in the middle. And once that section you have of your own hair is down the middle, then you're gonna wanna pair this section with the other side of the hair. So now both sides should have braiding hair and your hair paired. So now what you're gonna do is you're going to wanna twist. Like I mentioned before in the last demonstration, sometimes it's like the twist just won't stay. And most of the times when that happens, it's just because it's not in the right direction. So I've come to find out that most of the times it is going clockwise when I'm twisting. So now what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your Murray's Edgewax, put a little bit on both sides, both sections of hair. That was a lot. Don't put that much. So now you're gonna start twisting. And for me, you can't tell on the camera because it's like a mirror effect, but I'm going clockwise. And all I'm doing is I'm just twisting down. And make sure that you're continuing to put Murray's Edgewax down when you're twisting, especially when your hair is still paired with the hair, because it's easy to see the separation between your hair and the braiding hair. So you wanna make sure that it looks like it's all together. And really, y'all, this is all you do. I'm really starting to love this style because it's just so simple. I used to have the hardest time doing this style. Y'all should have saw me the first time I did this style. It took me forever to get one down because sometimes passion twist hair can be super tricky, but you just gotta learn how to like work with it and which direction to twist in. And like I mentioned before, it might look a little messy here. I personally like that because it looks more natural to me. But if you want to clean it up, just be very mindful about how you twist down and make sure that the hair is gathered tightly when you're twisting, or you can just end up cutting it off. See y'all, I told y'all. So in this situation, when the twist looks like this is when you've twisted in the wrong direction. I'm kind of glad this happened so you guys can see exactly what I mean. You can tell the difference between this twist and this twist. This one looks way more put together and this one is very suspect. We'll go with that. Yeah, we're gonna take this out. And now what you're gonna do is go back to where your twist started after your braid and twist the other way. So you guys are gonna see how different the twist looks now once you twist in the opposite direction. So now I'm twisting counterclockwise. And I think this twisting direction really just depends on how your braid is, how you started it. I've noticed that. So just be mindful about being very consistent about how you braid down, because sometimes when you don't, then your twist ends up being in a different direction. Make sure you're adding some Murray's Edgewax as you go down. Now watch y'all. Y'all are gonna see the huge difference between how the twist looked before and now. Look at that. I'm actually super glad that happened because now you guys can see the difference. So yeah, this is what it should look like. Whenever you see it looking kind of suspect and it's not put together, make sure you twist the opposite direction. All right, y'all, so that concludes this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was super helpful. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to leave them down in the comment section. Also, don't forget to hit that like button if you like this video. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And if you want to get updates on new videos, make sure you hit that notification bell. I will see you guys in the next video.